Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, from the spiritual context, the reference is the answer you're seeking is always you. So, if you don't know, now you know. The answer is always you. That means you are the consciousness. Your nature is consciousness. Okay? And the nature of the consciousness is conscious. But hear me out. Hearing all these ideas, the reference, doesn't make our life better, isn't it? If you think this idea makes your life better, it's momentary. Only your ego self feels good about hearing this upgrade. But this upgrade, the mental upgrade, doesn't bring resolution, doesn't bring the freedom from the fear, the freedom from the conflict, the inner conflict, fear, the inner struggle, the inner pain, the inner drama. It doesn't solve until we use the conscious nature in us to do the equation of the mind. Until we do the equation of the mind and dissolve the mind by seeing the plain sight truth as consciousness, the life is going to continue with the same, false reality. That means, the inner struggle is there. Inner struggle is going to continue. The fear is going to continue. And every effort we are putting out comes from the place of fear. That comes from the place of division. So, what we need to do is, being conscious. That means taking the seat of the observer. That itself is a conscious nature in us, and utilizing that to dissolve the false reality within. That means dissolving the mind. So, this is where the spirituality also references us to, be part of the who am I journey. This who am I journey is, asking ourselves, who am I? And from this who am I approach, we start to see the layers, the identification we have built up so far. And also we could see what we want to become in the future. We see all the past, the present, and the future identification. And once we see that, we recognize that we don't know who we are yet. What we know so far is an idea, is the perception that we have in us, but the perception is not who we are. That's the reference from the spirituality itself. So who am I gives us the layers, and after that we really have to use the conscious nature in us to dismantle the mind. That means we got to follow the mind backward to its root, and that's the way to be thorough of the mind. And when we are thorough in all the ingrained belief in us, ingrained preference in us, when you trace it back to its root, and that root itself is a fear, and we have to go further in dismantling the fear, and that's the way, eventually we wake up to the plain sight truth as a consciousness, and we also see the nature of the consciousness as well, and that itself is who we are without the mind. We are the backdrop of the mind, and that itself is consciousness. Okay, so I hope this video makes sense to you. Hope you're enjoying the tracing back work, and keep going, keep dismantling the mind, and you have to marinate in this process, and eventually you come to the point where you're going to be grounded in awareness. And when you ask, who am I? And at that grounded state of mind, you catch yourself, you catch your mind, how the mind still want to provide you the answer, and that's where you, click. Okay, keep going. Thanks for watching this video again. Hope you are doing good. Take care for now. Bye.